Hello, future engineers, subscribers, viewers, and students. There is a video in plane and solid analytic geometry 4. This video is intended to present solutions to sample problems for that uh, video or part of the playlist. So here we go. Problem 1, plot the following points: A 3, 50 degrees, B 4, negative 30 degrees, C negative 2, 300 degrees, and D negative 5, negative 350 degrees. Also determine the area of triangle BCD. So first A. So remember the principle in plotting polar coordinates. You have to lay out the angle first. Then after that, the R. So if R is positive, it is plotted on the terminal side of the angle. But if it is negative, it is plotted in the opposite side of that angle. So first, 3, 50 degrees. So this is the circle, imaginary circle of radius 3. And the angle is approximately 50 degrees. That's 50 degrees. So this is point A, 3, 50 degrees. Then B, 4, negative 30 degrees. Negative 30 is in this direction. That's negative 30. 4 terminal side is here. So this is B, 4, negative 30 degrees. C, negative 2, 300 degrees. So first 300 degrees first. That's 270 plus 30. So that's 300 degrees. But because R is negative 2, this is supposedly this point in particular 2, 300 degrees. So negative 2, 300 degrees should be in the opposite side. So it's here. That is point C, negative 2, 300 degrees. Then finally, D, negative 5, negative 350 degrees. Negative angle is clockwise. So that's negative 270, negative 300, then negative 300 here on the 45 line, negative 350 degrees. Then R is negative 5. This is supposedly this point is positive 5 negative 315 degrees. Since it is negative, R is negative, so it should be plotted here on the opposite side. This is point D, negative 5 negative 315 degrees. Now with regards to the area of triangle BCD, so I'll present two solutions here. One is from trigonometry, that area equals 1/2 product of adjacent sides times sine of the included angle, or by the Heron's formula. Area equals square root of S times S minus A, S minus B, S minus C. But I will not do that. I'll just use area equals 1/2 product of the adjacent sides times sine of included angle. So for the angle, we solve that by cosine law later. So first for length of BC. So this is BC. By cosine law, it is equal to, so remember, distance between 2 points in polar coordinates is distance square equals r1 square plus r2 square minus 2 times r1 r2 cosine of quantity theta 2 minus theta 1. And let's consider for BC, C r2 theta 2 and B r1 theta 1. So 4 square for B plus negative 2 square minus 2 times 4 times negative 2 cosine of 300 degrees minus negative 30, and BC is equal to 5.819 units. Then next is CD, so let's make D the second point, C the first point. So it is equal to negative 2 square, CD square equals negative 2 square plus negative 5 square minus 2 times negative 2, negative 5 cosine of negative 315 degrees minus 300 degrees, and CD is 5.846 units. Next is BD. So BD, let's make D the second point, B the first point. So BD square is equal to 4 square plus negative 5 square minus 2 times 4 times negative 5 cosine of quantity negative 315 degrees minus negative 30. So negative 315 degrees minus negative 30 is negative 350 degrees plus 30. So BD is 7.166 units. We then compute angle opposite to BD. So I'll choose angle C, the bigger angle. So by cosine law again, opposite 7.166 square is equal to 5.819 square plus 5.846 square minus 2 times 5.819, 5.846 cosine of angle C. So angle C is 75.804 degrees. Area is 1/2 product of adjacent sides BC and CD. BC and CD sine of angle C, and it is 16.49 square units. For problem 2, which of the for the other solution, uh, we have to convert these points into Cartesian coordinates. So B, for example, is 4 cosine negative 30, so that's 2 square root of 3, and 4 sine of negative 30 is negative 2. Point C is negative 2 cosine of 300, and that's negative 1, while comma negative 2 sine of 300, and that is equal to positive square root of 3. D is negative 5 cosine of negative 315, so it is negative 2.5 square root of 3, comma negative 5 sine of negative 315 degrees, so it's negative 2.5 square root of 2. So area by coordinates, I begin with point B here in counterclockwise direction, remember from first part of analytic geometry. So area equals 1/2. Then we have the first point 2B, 2 square root of 3, then negative 2. Then C, negative 1 square root of 3. Then D, negative 2.5 square root of 3, square root of 2 rather. This is square root of 2. Then negative 2.5 square root of 2. Then back to the first point to close the figure. 2 square root of 3, comma negative 2. Then just like evaluating determinants. So it is 1/2 of quantity 2 times 3, 6. Then plus 2.5 square root of 2 plus 5 square root of 2. Then minus quantity 2. Then plus 2.5 quantity 2.5 square root of 6. Then plus 5 square root of 6, and you will get the same answer of 16.49 square units. So problem 2, which of the following pair of polar coordinates is a different point? So let's plot each. Point A is 3, that's 3 units, comma 90, so in the terminal side, along the terminal side, so that is point A here. B is negative 3, comma 270 degrees, so 270 degrees. This is positive 3, comma 270 degrees. But if it is negative 3, comma 270 degrees, so it should be there. So it's also point B. Then C, 3, comma negative 90. So this is negative 90 clockwise. Then positive 3. So this is point C. Then lastly, D, negative 3, comma negative 90. So negative 90 degrees and negative 3 should be in the opposite side. So that's also point B. Therefore, point C is different. Next, problem 3. Where is the focus of the curve r cosine theta equals negative 16 tangent theta. So let's transform this into Cartesian so that we can recognize the representation of this curve. So r cosine theta equals negative 16 tangent theta. R cosine theta is x equals negative 16 tangent theta y over x. So x squared equals negative 16y, which you should be able to recognize this as a parabola open downward with length of latus rectum 16, which is 4p, equals 16, so p is 4. P, the distance from the vertex, by the way, the vertex is at the origin, to the focus. And because that is 4, then we simply read these coordinates of the focus as 0. Then because it is below the origin or below the x-axis, so this is 0 comma negative 4. So the focus is at 0 comma negative 4. So problem 4, change r tangent theta equals 8 to Cartesian form. So r tangent theta equals 8. So we have r square root of x squared plus y squared tangent theta y over x equals 8. So rearranging y square root of x squared plus y squared equals 8x. Square both sides, so y squared times quantity x squared plus y squared equals 64x squared. Expand the left side, x squared y squared plus y to the fourth equals 64x squared. So finally, write in final form x squared plus y squared, x squared y squared plus y to the fourth minus 64x squared equals 0. So that's it. Problem 5. What is the length of the latus rectum of the curve r equals 4 divided by quantity 1 plus sine theta? So writing it as is, r equals 4 over 1 plus sine theta. Then let's transform this into Cartesian form to recognize its type of curve. So cross multiply r plus r sine theta. Take note that r sine theta is y equals 4. So r is square root of x squared plus y squared, then equals 4. Transpose r sine theta to the right. So that is y. So 4 minus y. Square both sides. X squared plus y squared equals 16 minus 8y plus y squared. Cancel y squared, then rearrange x squared equals factor out negative 8 times quantity y minus 2. So that is also negative 8y plus 16. So this is now the standard form of equation of a parabola which is open downward. The vertex is at 0 comma positive 2 and the length of latus rectum is 8. So therefore the length of the latus rectum is 8. Problem 6, change the equation to polar form. X squared equals y. So we replace x by r cosine theta quantity square or r squared cosine squared theta. Right side is r sine theta. Let's break this into, let's cancel out r. So r, then cosine squared theta, cosine theta, cosine theta equals sine theta. So r therefore is 1 over cosine theta times sine theta over cosine theta, and 1 over cosine theta is secant theta, and sine over cosine tangent theta. So r equals secant theta tangent theta. Problem 7, what is the distance of the point 678 to the plane through A400, B030, and C005? Solve in two ways. So first way, I'll use advanced math approach here, vector approach. So AB cross AC, let's define a vector perpendicular to the plane of this triangle. It may also be CA cross CB if you want, as long as we define this in the direction where the point lies. And it may also be BC cross BA if you want. So I select AB cross AC so that our right thumb will point that direction, which is close to 678. And I'll call that the normal vector because it is perpendicular to the plane of ABC. So it may act anywhere, but in particular, I just transfer it to A. So this is the perpendicular distance, D, and we form another vector AP. This is a right triangle, so by trigonometry, this perpendicular distance, which is equal to that, is simply magnitude of AP, the hypotenuse of this right triangle, cosine of beta. And that can be derived or seen in that product later. So AB cross AC is first AB, direction 0 minus 4, so negative 4, or it is going to the left, then up. So that's why we have negative 4, 3, 0. Then for AC, it is to the left, negative 4, forward, positive 5. So negative 4, 0 on Y, then 5. And IJK, the unit vectors, then we copy the first two column elements, then expand 3 times 5, 15I minus 0, so 15I, 0J minus negative 20, so positive 20J, then 0 minus negative 12K, so 12K. So this is the normal vector. Then AP, let's define, that's 6 minus 4, so 2I, 7 minus 0 plus 7J, 8 minus 0, so 8K. That's the vector representation of AP. Then distance is obtained as AP dot N, because AP dot N is equal to magnitude of AP, magnitude of N, cosine of beta. And we are looking for this AP cosine beta. So AP distance therefore is equal to AP dot normal unit vector of the normal axis, this one. Because AP, then normal vector divided by its magnitude is the unit vector of that normal axis. So that's why D is now defined through this expression, that product. So that's also the automatic formula for the component of one vector in the direction of the other. It is equal to the magnitude of the first vector, then dot it with the unit vector of the second. That's the automatic formula for component of one vector in the direction of the other. So this is the first vector AP, then dot with the unit vector of the normal, which is equal to 15I plus 20J plus 12K divided by magnitude 15 square of 15 square plus 20 square plus 12 square. So remember that product, you just multiply corresponding i's, because I dot I is 1, J dot J is 1, K dot K is also 1, I dotted with perpendicular unit vector is 0. So 2 times 15, 30, 7 times 20, 140, 8 times 12, 96 divided by square root of 769. That's why the distance is 9.592. Then the other way is from analytic geometry, distance formula, absolute value of AXP plus BYP plus CZP plus D over square root of A square plus B square plus C square, which is actually same form as that, but this is from analytic geometry. So the equation of the plane by intercept form is x over a plus y over b plus z over c equals 1, or you may use the general, then divide everything by a. So the equation reduces to x plus small b times y plus small c times z equals plus uh, x plus small b times y plus small c times z, then plus small d equals 0. Then evaluate the values of b, c, and d. And there are 3 points here, so you can also find that equation of the plane. But I use this. This is the best because the intercepts are known. So multiply everything by 60. So if we have 15x plus 20y plus 12z, then equals 60, or minus 60 equals 0. So that's the equation of the plane. Substitute into this formula. 15 times 6 plus 20 times 7 plus 12 times 8 minus 60 over square root of 769. The value of this, square root of 769. So D is also 5.592 units. Let's have problem 10. This came out in the board exam, May 2011, Civil Engineers Licensure exam. A sphere having a center at the origin has a radius of 15 units. Which of the following points lie inside, outside, or on the sphere? These are the given points. So since the center is at the origin, the distance from the origin to these points, I'll call them R sub A, R sub B, R sub C, R sub D respectively, would be square root of the sum of the squares of these coordinates. So R sub A is square root of 1 square plus 2 square plus 7 square. That's 7.348 units, and that is less than 15. Therefore, this point A here lies inside the sphere. R sub B, square root of 8 square plus 6 square plus 12 square, that's 15.62, greater than 15. So point B lies outside the sphere. R sub C, square root of 4 square plus 9 square plus 7 square, 12.08, less than 15. Again, point C lies inside the sphere. Then finally, R square equals RD. Square root of 2 square plus 11 square plus 10 square, it is exactly 15, equals 15. So this point D here lies on the surface of the sphere. 11. This came out in November 2016 CE licensure exam. Again. Find the equation of the sphere of radius 3 units tangent to the coordinate planes in the first octant. So this is the first octant. The sphere is tangent to the xy plane, yz plane, and xz plane. So that's the center. It would be 3, 3, 3. 3, 3, 3 center. Then standard equation of a sphere, quantity x minus h square plus y minus k quantity square plus quantity z minus n square equals r square, where h, k, and n are coordinates of the center and r is the radius. So quantity x minus 2 square plus y minus 3 quantity square plus z minus 3 quantity square equals 3 square. Expand x square minus 6x plus 9 plus y square minus 6y plus 9 plus z square minus 6z plus 9 equals 3 square 9. Cancel out 1, 9. Then simplify x square plus y square plus z square minus 6x minus 6y minus 6z plus 18 equals 0. So that's the equation of the sphere. Problem 12. Find the area in square units bounded by the parabolas x square minus 2y equals 0 and x square plus 2y minus 8 equals 0. So the latus rectum for these parabolas are equal to 2. Then let's transform it to standard form. For the first, x square equals 2y, a parabola with vertex at the origin, open upward, length of latus rectum 2. The second one, x square equals, factor out negative 2 after transposing, negative 2 times y minus uh, negative 4, because this is x squared equals negative 2y plus 8. So it is a parabola open downward, length of latus rectum is 2, and the vertex is at 0, comma 4. Equate to 0, so x squared equals 0, so x is 0. Y minus 4 equals 0, so y is 4. The reason why the parabolas are open downwards and upward because there are two values of x supposedly. Like for instance, uh, x squared equals 2y. So we equate x squared first. So 2y equals negative 2y plus 8 for the second parabola. So y is 2. When y is 2, substitute here, x squared equals 2 times 2. So that's why x is plus minus 2. This is negative 2 comma 2, and that is positive 2 comma 2. So since the distance between vertices is 4 and this is 2, because y is 2, so this height is 2. So these two parabolas with the same length of latus rectum, same height, are identical. So area therefore is 2 times area 1, and the area of parabola is 2/3 base times height. Area of parabola is 2, area 1, area is 2 times 2/3 base is 4 units, height is 2. So area is 32 over 3 to be exact, square units, a decimal 10.67 square units. Problem 13, if the automobile headlight reflector were cut by a plane through its axis, the section would be a parabola having the light center as the focus. If the light center is 18 mm from the vertex, which is here, 18 mm, and the diameter of the headlight reflector is 250 mm, find the depth. So it's not the diameter because the diameter is given. Depth of the headlight. So we'll call this the depth y, and that's the diameter 250 mm. The light center, which is the focus, is mentioned 18 mm from the vertex. And since this is the latus rectum, which is 4p, so each is 2p, then 2p, 2 times 18, this is p, 18 mm. 2 times 18 is 36, 36, so the whole of this length of latus rectum is 72. Then by squared property of parabola, y as to 250 square equals 18 as to 72 square. So looking for y, which is the depth, 217.0 mm. And problem 16, what is the volume of the sphere x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus 2x minus 6y plus 4z minus 2 equals 0? Volume of sphere 4/3 pi r cubed. Then let's find r. Let's complete the square in its x, y, and z. So x squared plus y squared plus z squared is 2x minus 6y plus 4z minus 2 equals 0. This is the given equation of the sphere. So completing the square in x, x minus 1 quantity square, negative 2 over 2 is negative 1. That's why. Then plus quantity y minus 3 quantity square, because negative 6 over 2 is negative 3. Then square that, plus quantity z plus 2 square, because 4 over 2 is 2. Quantity square equals, transpose this to the right, so 2. We added new terms here after completing the square, so which is 1, the third term of this expansion, then 9 plus 4. 2 square is 4. So we also add these same terms on the right side of the equation to maintain the equality. So the right side is 16, and 16 is 4 square, so that means this is the standard equation of the sphere. Center is at 1, 3, negative 2, do not required. But the important thing here is r is 4. Volume 4/3 pi r cubed, 4/3 pi 4 cubed, and that's 268.08 cubic units. 18. What is the area bounded by the curve r equals 4 over 1 plus cosine theta and its latus rectum? So writing it first, 4 over r equals 4 over 1 plus cosine theta, cross multiply r plus r cosine theta equals 4. Take note that r cosine theta is x. Transpose it to the right, so that's why it's 4 minus x. What remains in the left is r, and r is square root of x squared plus y squared. Square both sides, so x squared plus y squared equals 16 minus 8x plus x squared. Cancel out x squared, so y squared equals 16 minus 8x. If we factor out negative 8, then we have negative 8 times x minus 2. The length of latus rectum, this parabola, by the way, is open to the left. The vertex is at 2, comma 0, and the length of latus rectum is that absolute value of that coefficient of the first degree term. So if this is the parabola, this is the graph, and this is the vertex, which is at 2, comma 0. From the origin, it's 2. Then this is the latus rectum, which is 8, 4 half, then another 4 half. So if we call this latus rectum, the height of the parabola between the latus rectum and the vertex is 1/4 of the latus rectum. Since the area of parabola is 2/3 base, which is the latus rectum, and the height is 1/4 of the latus rectum, so the general formula for the area bounded by the parabola and its latus rectum is equal to 1/6 of the square of the latus rectum. So area is 8 square over 6, 32 over 3 square units. Then lastly, this is our last example. I will just add challenge problems here, but that is an application of advanced math. But I will upload it in Analgeom 4 also. So transform the following vertices of a triangle into Cartesian points and then locate the centroid. These are the 3 points. So triangle, and the centroid formula, remember, is just average of the x coordinates, average of the y coordinates, 1/3, 1/3. Only applicable for triangles. If it is a quadrilateral, remember you have to divide the quadrilateral into 2 triangles before you can apply this formula for the centroid of each triangle. So for P1, which is 5 comma 150 degrees, that's r cosine theta 1, r1 cosine theta 1, so 5 cosine 150 degrees comma 5 sine 150 degrees, and it is negative 5 square root of 3 over 2 comma 5 halves. P2, negative 4 cosine 60 comma negative 4 sine 60, and that's negative 2 comma negative 2 square root of 3. P3, 3 cosine negative 40 comma 3 sine negative 40, and that's 2.298 comma negative 1.928. So x sub c therefore is 1/3 of negative 5 square root of 3 over 2 plus negative 2 plus 2.298, and that's negative 1.344. Y sub c is 1/3 of quantity 5 halves plus negative 2 square root of 3 plus negative 1.928, and that is negative 0.9640. So therefore, the centroid is at negative 1.344 comma negative 0.9640. So that's it for this video.